Hey, what's up, guys? UTR-15 here. Well, here we are, day before election. Election Eve, some people's calling it. You know, during the last 4 years, I've got into a lot of debates. I've yelled, I've screamed, I've cursed, I've cried, I've been passionate. I had a buddy ask me a few days ago, why do I let it get to me? Well, this weekend was actually a pretty mellow weekend for me. My wife and daughter, two daughters, we went up to her mom's house. So, you know, I had some time alone. Think about things. And this is the analogy that I think pretty well fitting. Just imagine that a loved one, wife, kid, mother, father, whoever the person that means the most to you, or people, it can be more than one person, is in a plane crash. They're not dead, they're in a plane crash. Or you've got doctors, oh, let me do it. I'm the better surgeon. I'm the better surgeon. Let me take care of him. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me help. Let me try to save your daughter. Let me try. And on one hand, you have a doctor that is not very experienced, but he, talks a good talk, walks the walk, makes all kinds of promises what he can do. And on the other hand, you have a doctor that has experience on a smaller level, but is unsuccessful in what he does. And even on another level, you have a doctor that maybe has more ideas, more of the same ideas that you do. But you just don't know if he'd have what it takes. So you're sitting there mulling it over. Your loved one might die. And Dr. A basically tells you, if I basically perform the operation, there's a chance your loved one will live, but not for a lot longer. Probably within the next, well, we'll just say 4 years. Life as you know it with this person will be over. Then on the other hand, you have the doctor basically telling you that I can do a good job. I've got experience. No, I've never done anything this big before. But I've done a bunch of smaller things, and they've always been successful. And I'll make mistakes, I can guarantee you. But I think it's gonna, the hope will be a lifetime of hope. And then the other set of doctors just wants things their way. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. The other doctors basically, they're not as popular, not as many people likes them. They have their following. They've done little things and stuff like that. And you have a big decision to make. You're standing there, they've got your family hooked up to tubes and everything, just keeping them alive, but just barely, they're not breathing on their own. They're being fed by IV. And you have a hard choice to make. But now the kicker. It's got to be put up for a vote, and hundreds of millions of people vote on it. and you have a very small choice of what happens. You can go, you know, you can basically cast your vote for your doctor, the one you think is going to win. But the faith of your kids, wife, loved one, to get everything they need hangs in the balance. The majority rules. And then to top things off even more than that, you have the possibility of people liking Dr. A more than Dr. B or C going into the voting polls and basically trying to convince you to vote for their doctor because he's the man. And the people over here basically say, well, if you don't vote for my guy, you're racist. And that's what it comes down to tomorrow. Not quite as life-threatening as a plane crash, immediately anyway. Excuse me. What you have to ask yourself. Do you want 4 more years of Obama? And if you vote for C, you know, this guy over here, to make a statement, you might be giving your vote for Obama. You know what he's done in the last 4 years? You know what he'll continue to do? You know, if you like going out and buying these, or, you know, these, if you like going out to the range, if you like having a good time, hell, you just want something in your house if a bad guy breaks in, you can protect yourself. If you vote for this guy, it's going to slowly go away. I also got asked by one guy, you know, hey, you know, a friend of mine, how can you vote on one topic? How can all this come down to gun rights? Well, in my opinion, if we let the government take our gun rights, what are they going to take next? Once they basically go in and they take your gun rights away, what if everybody wants you to go to, you know, basically I'm going to put a, you know, they want you to be Catholic. Nothing against the Catholic religion. Don't be affected by that. But say you're Baptist and they say, no, no more. You got to go to the Catholic Church. What's going to cause an uproar? But then they're going to know they did it with your guns. Freedom of speech has already been affected because of this election. Anybody that's ever voiced their opinion against Obama knows what I'm talking about. You don't vote their way, you're racist. You know, it's 2:45 Mountain Time in Utah. So I'm basically saying probably about 36 hours, give or take, we're going to know if our country's on the way to recovery, or you might as well just bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. Because if Obama gets in there again, my friends, we're done for. You know, Low Buck had posted a video about, you know, voting third party. So did a bunch of other people. I like a lot of the stuff Ron Paul stands for. Not everything, but a lot of it. Come on, people. Ron Paul or Gary Johnson, the libertarian, is never going to take it. Never going to take the presidency. The only chance you have is maybe getting one of those guys to become Republican and or Democrat. Or not and or Republican or Democrat. And one from inside the party. You need to change the party from within. You know, think about my scenario. Who do you want taking care of your family? Do you want the Abominator? It's already shown what he can do. You know, he's already basically proven he'll override Congress. I mean, the welfare law was not with one. I understand he's done it 100 times. I have not looked into it. So, yeah, I guess that's hearsay. You know, anybody that's watching this has the internet in front of them. They can do the research. I already voted. I voted for Mitt Romney. And I'm not even going to get into my stance on how I feel about LDS people. I guess really the same as anything else, man, but I've had some bad experience in the LDS church. But Romney is the only chance we have to save this world from being a third world country. Look at the debt. Look at Obamacare. Look at how anti-gun he is. I know people like the Yankee Marshal. No, they'll never take your guns away. Well, I'm here to say bullshit. If Obama is voted in office tomorrow and he retains the White House, by the end of his 4 years, I'll even go as far by say the end of 2013, firearm laws will be so impossible. People like you and me, or most of you and me, will never be able to afford it. I brought this up plenty of times. I paid $4 for these. You know, they're normally, I think they're $5 or $6. What are you gonna do if they put a 500% tax on there? So 22 rounds are now going to cost you $45, $50, $100. I can't afford that. I can barely afford to shoot as it is. I can't basically, what I'm used to going out, you know, basically paying $20 for 100, you know, 9mm. I can't pay $150 for that. Yeah, I've got all this reloading equipment behind me, but eventually my components are going to run out. So what it's going to be, you're not going to enjoy the shooting sports anymore. You might have something loaded up, and that piece of crap 9mm that you end up basically keeping from the government when they come for your guns that you're actually able to keep. You might have something put away, but you're not going to be able to go on the range. Because one thing, if you're ever out there shooting, that's it, man. You're history. If I'm wrong, thank you. But I honestly don't think I am. Everybody has a chance to make a difference tomorrow. I know Obama supporters. I know Ron Paul supporters. I know people that voted for Harry Johnson. My state, it doesn't matter. Not going to be enough people in my state for Obama or Gary Johnson to take the vote away from Mitt Romney. Got a buddy in California. He's a Romney fan. He said I'm wasting my vote. I said, you know, then basically maybe you need to cast it anyway just to show the Democrats that everybody in California is not for Obama. You look at this poll, Obama's up by 89. You look at this poll, Romney's up by 3. The only poll that matters is after tomorrow, after all the votes are counted, and we see who comes up first. I know a lot of other people's making predictions. Well, I'm going to make one too. I'm so sorry to say that tomorrow, after Election Day, Barack Hussein Obama will be in the White House for another 4 years, and he will ruin this country. Why do I say that? Because America is that stupid. Mainstream media doesn't report it. I had a big talk with my mom yesterday. She never even heard of Operation Fast and Furious. She didn't hear the Libya scandal. She didn't hear the executive order on food stamps. You know why? Because CNN, MSNBC, they're not reporting it. And not enough people basically listens to like Rebel Radio, if that's what you want to call it, that will basically be willing to sit down and spend 2 hours in front of their computer trying to research this stuff. And then when you find something against Obama, are you going to spend another hour to research it to make sure it's not just total BS? Because, you know, I could put something on there, you know, Obama's a child molester. And if a million people sees it and they believe me, even though I just totally made it up, I don't believe it's true, but if I put it out there, enough people believe me, that could hurt them. Most people won't do the research. But anyway, that's my prediction. And it saddens me. But I just don't know if enough people will stand up and see through the liberal media and realize what kind of person Obama is and make a better choice tomorrow. In my case, the right choice. I just don't think it'll happen. I don't care who's endorsed on me. Everybody wants their Obama phone. Everybody wants to live off the government. People don't want to work for a living. And you know I don't mean everybody. So don't come up with the, hey asshole, you said everybody. Well, you know what I mean. There's enough people out there that don't want to work for a living. Anyway, this is running longer than I wanted it to. But not as long as I thought it would actually. Tomorrow's the day, man. Come on, guys. Prove me wrong. Talk to my friends. It's not that hard to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong tomorrow. Romney and Ryan, 2012. Way it should be. But I got a feeling it's going to be Obama and Biden. 4 more years of total hell. Utah 15 out.